Welcome to Money, Manifestation, and Business, the podcast that shows you how to use your energy, intention, and consciousness to reprogram your money mindset, unleash a new level of possibility, and create a life and business that lights you up. I'm your host, Jamie Berman, and I invite you to join me each week for a dose of inspiration, coaching, and teachings to help you rewrite your money story, create abundance on your terms, and grow your business in a way that's fully aligned for you. This is going to be so much fun. Let's dive in. Hey, guess what? You get a little extra love on the podcast this week. We are giving you 3 bonus episodes. Now, these episodes are coming straight from my latest challenge. It was the Make More Money Challenge. And during my challenge events, I really love to deliver value, deliver teachings, really help everyone who's there have a big energetic shift, have their eyes opened around money. And I got so much great feedback from this particular challenge that I wanted to put some of the teachings up on the podcast for those of you who listen. So just note that these episodes were live, so they're not going to be pristinely edited the same way my other podcast episodes are. So if you hear pauses here or there, or maybe the sound goes a little bit in and out, that is why. But I hope you soak in the teachings. Really, I think these are going to help you do nothing but make more money. So enjoy. It is so much easier and more fun to manifest from a full cup than it is an empty one. And here's the thing, a full cup is just a shift in perspective, right? And by asking yourself those powerful questions that you did yesterday, that's what helps redirect your brain to a full cup. Love a full cup, 100%. It's so much better. So if you're ever feeling in scarcity, if you're feeling urgent to create your goal, if you're feeling so far behind or you're feeling stuck, what I'm going to encourage you to do is save those questions and go answer them, because it's going to help kind of refuel you, because our brain does hop in and out of abundance and scarcity. So I would save those questions. I would ask them again, right? Especially if you're in any of those states. Sherry says, made me realize how much I have accomplished. 100%. Yeah. And Scott says, did the celebration exercise last night. Wow. So good, right? What a difference. Even as I was reading I read through all of your Facebook comments. I was like, holy cow, we have a brilliant, accomplished, incredible group here. Like, look at how much you all have created, overcome, where you're at, right? And it's like, it was really amazing to see. It was so beautiful. So I really loved it. And I would save those questions and then also continue that exercise of continuing to celebrate the abundance and tap into desire, right? Abundance, desire. We want to balance the two out. So good. Love it. On fire, figuratively speaking. Good to know figuratively. Okay, I might have a little tea today because my voice is healing as we speak. I have been talking a lot. So some would say I'm losing my voice, but me, I know the power of words. I would never say I'm losing my voice, right? I'm like, no, my voice is actively healing as we are working together, right? That was actually something I learned when I studied consciousness, health, and healing at the University of Santa Monica, is like, speak into existence what you want, not what you don't want. So anyways, okay, day 3, let's go you all. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is how from this new energetic state where you have balanced out your energy and you're already feeling how it feels to be balanced, how it feels to manifest from a full cup versus an empty cup versus scarcity, right? How do we manifest from abundance versus how do we manifest from scarcity? You're already starting to feel that energy. And what I want to talk about today is what's next, right? How do we actually go from this energy that we're in that feels really good into creating what it is that we want? How do we actually manifest that goal, that money, that business, whatever it is, the impact that you want to have on the world. What is the next step? How do I go from being in this amazing energy to creating it? And I will say one thing, just being in this energy will actually guide you, right? Just being in this energy, you're going to start getting ideas. I'd love to even hear, are you guys noticing that you're holding your business differently or showing up a little different or taking action in a different way? Just by being in the energy. In fact, I have so many people who have like come into my mastermind, used to hate marketing, feel like it was a to-do. They hated social media. They just didn't like all of these things that they felt like they had to do in business. And what we did was we worked on energy first. And then what they found was they started wanting to do those things. They were like, wait, I'm approaching it from such a different energy. I actually love it. It feels so different from this place. So when you shift the insides, it also will shift kind of like how you express externally. But yeah, okay, I want to hear it. Scott says, I'm showing up so much differently in this energy. Never knew it was possible and how much it influences me. So good. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Sherry says, I've been feeling my next steps already. So that's what happens when you start filling your cup up, when you start seeing how far you've come versus how far you have to go, when you start celebrating yourself and like looking at the goodness in your life now, looking at the abundance in your life now, you will be led from that place. But I want to talk about some of the things that you can do to even accelerate your manifestation. And one of the things that it sounds counterintuitive because I'm saying, how do you accelerate the manifestation? But then oftentimes I'll say, how you do that is you slow down, right? If you've listened to my podcast. And it's kind of like, what? That makes no sense. But I want you to think about it like this, okay? So you all set audacious money goals on Monday, and I'm so proud of each of you. It was so fun to see them. And you started shifting your energy yesterday. And today, what I want you to do is I want you to put that big audacious goal on the side. I don't really want you to think about it much. I want you to think it's still there. Like I plugged it into the GPS of my the universe, right? This is the universe's GPS system. The destination is plugged in. You did that on Monday, but just like a GPS, like on Google Maps, once you plug it in, you don't have to think about it all the time. You don't have to focus on it all the time. You don't have to think, how much further do I have to go? How much further do I have to go? All you have to do is follow the GPS at that point, right? If I were like saying, hey, I'd love to go to Sedona, Arizona, right? Which is not too far from LA. I think it's like 5-6 hours. I'd plug Sedona in, but I wouldn't be thinking about Sedona nonstop. I wouldn't be like observing it and thinking, how far? Am I almost there? I mean, that's what little kids do, but it's like so annoying, right? I remember doing that to my parents as a kid. It's not helpful. It doesn't make the process enjoyable. So what we want to do is plug it in and then just follow the GPS. That's our next step. So what I want you to do is I'm going to just have you play with this. Set that goal aside. Like, don't think about it much. Put it on put it away, put it in the closet, put it somewhere. Know that it's already plugged in. You don't have to think about it all the time. Now, the next thing that you do is you take the next step, right? Think about it. It's plugged in and you ask yourself, what is the next step that I take? What is the next step? That's it. What is the next turn? And literally you will know. I guarantee you will know what is your next step, right? And that's it. This is what we do. This is how we manifest. All we do over and over, because so many people get stuck in the how. But here's the thing with the how that I've been talking about all week. It's like, you'll worry about how you're going to get there until you get there. And then you'll get there and be like, how did I do it? I don't even know. That doesn't make sense. Wait, how is this done? So the how it's not helpful. Every time someone's overwhelmed, every time someone's in chaos, I say, what's your next step? And they know it. And that is literally all you have to focus on. And that is how you will manifest this goal. You've got to trust the process. You've got to trust your intuition. You've got to take courageous action on what that intuition is guiding you to, right? It may not always be easy to do, right? Your scarcity brain might come in and it might say, no, that's scary. Oh no, I can't do it. And here's the other thing that I want to mention is stop waiting. Stop stopping yourself. This is pretty much 99% the reason that people don't manifest what they want is because their intuition is guiding them and then the fear stops them. They just don't take action. They say, I'm going to wait on it later. I'm not ready. Oh, that sounds like a good idea, but maybe another time. And your intuition the whole time is like, dang, I've been guiding you to this goal, but you're not listening to me, right? And that's why it feels terrible inside. So stop waiting. If you want to accelerate the manifestation process, you've got to stop waiting. So what I want to ask you is, what have you been waiting on? I got to chime in and let you know that the day has come. The Soulful Six-Figure Mastermind applications are open right now, and they won't be open long. We only open applications for a 2-week period. So it is time to apply. You can go to the show notes and learn more and apply there. But first, let me tell you what the Soulful Six-Figure Mastermind is. It is my most high-touch coaching container that I have. Every 6 months, I take a group of soulful coaches and service-based entrepreneurs who are really ready to grow their business in a new way, where they are not hustling and striving, and where they're really implementing everything that I teach on the podcast here, but really learning how to live it, really learning how to bring it into their business in a way that allows the most growth and transformation. And let me tell you, this container is sacred, it is special, and it is transformational, like I said. So it's the time to apply. If you are growing your business to your first 6 figures, we have a group for you called the Growth Cohort. And if you are growing beyond 6 figures, if you're already at 6 figures and you're ready to really scale it and grow to multiple 6 figures up to $1 million, we have the Scale Cohort. So we've got a place for you either way. And here's the thing, it is an intimate group. So you really get high touch mentorship and support from me. We have a retreat in the middle of it where we all come together and it's magic. So make sure to go to the show notes and apply. All right, back to the episode. What have you been waiting on? What have you been putting off? What are you saying? Oh, I'll do that later. I'll do it in 6 months. I'll do it in a couple months. I'll do it next year. What are you waiting on? I can even think for myself, oh man, an idea came to me just now. Wow. Or something I thought would happen next year, but I'm like, what if I didn't have to wait on it? Right? So I want you to ask that. I want you to put it in the chat. What have you been telling yourself I'm going to wait to do or experience or show up as or whatever? Because that's what's holding you back, right? Listening to that fear brain, listening to that limiting brain doesn't work, because what we're doing is we're squashing our intuition. Yes, I'll wait till both of my kids are in school full time. Right. Like, what if you just decided not to wait on that? Right? There's so many ways around that. So many. 100%. So good. So good. Yeah. And I remember I asked myself that about 6 months ago. I was at a conference, and a lot of times these ideas come whenever I'm like at a conference or at a retreat or something. And I realized, oh my gosh, I was waiting on hosting my retreat. I was waiting on just all these things started to and I was like, I'm not waiting anymore. No more effing around. That's my mantra. No more effing around. And I say effing around just in case there's kids around, but I like to use the real word whenever I'm talking to myself, right? Yeah, it's like I'm waiting for evidence to show me it's happening versus go and create that evidence. 100%. Waiting to launch my podcast. Antoinette, don't do it. Do not wait. That was one of the things that I waited on for so long. And I'm doing it now. And I'm like, why did I wait? This is the best. I love it. It's so different than my brain thought it would be. Don't wait. I want you to start your podcast next week. I'm serious. And talk to Haley, who's right above you, because she's a podcast producer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Holding on opening my group for when I'm ready. Yes, you'll never gonna feel ready. So you have to do it before you feel ready, because that's how you feel ready, is you just do it. Yes, 100%. So good. Yep. Yeah. And that's what's so funny. We do this all the time. And we do this all the time where we're like, when I feel ready, when in the world are you going to just feel ready? Like, ready doesn't just happen. It's more of, I have put this off for so long that it is stressful and I'm going to finally do it. Right. So like, don't wait till you get to that point. There is no ready. How many times have you all, I know this has been me many times, said, why did I wait so long to do this? Like with the podcast, right? Why did I wait so long? Don't let yourself be in that very often. Just go, just do the thing. I know it's going to feel scary. And that's why a huge part of the manifestation process, it's part of my Soulful Manifestation Foundations. I'm like, guys, this is a foundational piece of the process that you cannot manifest without. And it's taking courageous action, right? So you're not going to feel ready. You're going to feel afraid of failure. You're going to be in scarcity. You're going to be afraid you're wasting all of your money, whatever it is, right? But you've got to take the step anyways, because what you're doing is you're so afraid of failing that you just don't do it. But then you fail ahead of time, right? So the people who manifest quickly are willing to fail faster. That's it, period. Willing to fail faster. They take more courageous action. They lean into that emotion of courage. They feel fear in their body. They hold space for it. Maybe they process it. They work with the little part that's scared and they go. They do not let those voices hold them back, because those fearful voices are just squashing your intuition. And your intuition is the greatest guide in business. It will lead you there. It is. You've plugged that thing into the GPS system. Now you have to listen. You have to listen to the next step, the next turn, even if you're scared, right? So much manifestation. Yes, it is about embodying this new shift in energy of, celebration and of getting into joy, letting it be easy, but it is also leaning into courage. And it is doing things before you feel ready, because that is how you get through that liminal space. That is how you allow your identity to shift. And if you're going from where you are now to this new money goal, your identity has to shift over and over and over. And by letting the fear voice talk, you're not letting your identity shift. You're like, I'd rather just stay in this identity because it's more comfortable, right? So like, if you can get really good at like working with fear and not giving into it, you will manifest an incredible life, right? You will create all new things. If you don't learn to work with that, you will just kind of stay the same, right? Kind of stay in the same place. So courageous action is key. Act from your future self, not your current identity, which means you're going to have the feels. And it means you got to process the feels. You got to be with them. You have to learn to calibrate your nervous system. You have to learn to work with these parts that are scared. This is why I say, hire a freaking coach. Like, none of us like doing that stuff on our own. It feels really scary. It can be super helpful to have someone holding you through it, right? So good. So good. Okay, let me see what else. Okay. Wanted to also mention how I was talking about, how to think about your money goal. And I said, put it on the side, right? Like, you plugged it in, it's good. It's already plugged in. Now follow the next steps. One of the things that's really helpful for me, beyond like, what is that next step? What am I waiting on? And taking courageous action, is also like listening to the small things. So instead of thinking, how do I go from here to, like, let's say you want to have 100K months and you're like not close to 100K months. don't ask yourself that question because it's going to be really overwhelming. What you want to ask yourself is, how do I get the next client? And not even how do I get the next client, but it's more like, how can I help someone today? How can I serve someone today? Is there someone in my world right now that wants my help that I could connect with? Is there someone who's already reaching out, who is hungry for this, that I could serve and support? Is there someone I can love on today? Is there someone that I can help them achieve their dream today? Right? So the power of one is huge. Just thinking about what is the one next thing? What is the one next person? Because $100,000 months happen one person at a time. They happen $1 at a time too. And I think so many of us get wrapped up in thinking like, oh, if I want $100,000 a month, it all has to flood in at once, right? Or it's just going to come down. And we honestly don't want that. And I'm going to tell you why. This is why, why we don't want that. It's because when we're not doing it incrementally, we don't calibrate to that new set point. Right. And like you said, all of you set an audacious goal. It's not something you're comfortable with now. It's not something you can actually hold now. So if you got it, there is a chance you wouldn't keep it. Right. How many of you, right? Because you'd be like, I don't know how to even recreate that thing. Like, you're just not an energetic match to it yet. This is why 70% of lottery winners end up losing it all and go bankrupt within I think a couple of years. 70%. It's because that money was dumped down on them. They were not calibrated to it. So that's why I love the idea of the power of one and letting this happen incrementally and letting it grow incrementally. So maybe you'll start with one person and then maybe three people will come in a day, but work your way up so that you can handle it. Right? Because not only do you want to manifest it, but you also want to learn how to hold it and how to keep it. And the way to do that is to allow it to happen incrementally and not make that a problem that it's not happening overnight. I'm not really a fan of overnight because if you see it, there is quantum leaps are awesome. Okay. Don't get me wrong. They're fun, but there is a light and a shadow to those. Just like there's a light and a shadow to letting it happen incrementally. The light, oh my God, it's so fun to have a quantum leap. What? It's mind-blowing. It's amazing. There's dopamine involved, right? So your brain's like, what? This is so fun. And what's the dark side? You're not fully calibrated to it yet. So a lot of times people struggle being in that. Imposter syndrome comes up. It's hard to hold, or sometimes it'll go crashing down in ways. And I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm saying that because there's no reason to rush it. There is a light and a shadow no matter what. So if you have a massive quantum leap, a massive year, you're going to have to work on calibrating to that. And I've seen that, right, with my clients who have made a lot of money and they're like, wait, but I don't feel it yet. Or, it brings up scarcity. So we just have to do that work around it, right? No matter what, you're going to have some inner work to do. But just know that it is helpful. I'm just a fan of letting things happen incrementally so that you can hold it. I had an experience actually where we manifested a big chunk of money that came in through an investment. And I went through at least a year and a half. This happened in 2020, mid 2022. So I think as of maybe it was more of, was it a year? Yeah, about a year and a half, because it was about January where I felt like I finally had the shift around it. But when we had it, I was in an upper limit. I was afraid of losing it. I was like, how do we manage this money? I didn't know, right? So it was I had to learn. And it took me a year and a half to really calibrate and hold it and have it. And luckily I do this work. So I kind of knew what was up. I was watching myself go through that. But it's a thing. So I say that because the power of one is really great. And I think, it's helpful to recognize that $100,000 a month or $100,000 in a year, it happens $1 at a time. So the more you can celebrate $1 at a time, every time, you make $1, celebrate that. Look at it as progress and count that and celebrate it. It's going to make such a difference. Yeah. Yeah. So good. I love it. All right. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And we're going to get onto the homework assignment of the day. And then I want to talk about some super, super exciting things that are coming today. One being mastermind applications are open, which only happens twice a year. And I have a retreat that's opened. So I'm super excited. I'm going to tell you all about that. But let me know if you all have any questions first, because I know we covered a lot in these 3 days. Yeah, I love it. So good. Okay, I'm going to give you the homework of the day. Homework of the day is to identify what you are going to stop waiting on, right? I want you to start to really identify, if I didn't have to feel ready, what would I do? What is my instinct telling me? What is going to help me, really grow? What's going to help me move towards this goal, right? So stop waiting. It's going to be everything. So I want you to identify that, share it in the Facebook group, and also for your own personal self, I want you to start getting to know the part of you that stops you, right? Because we really want to start coming from that gut knowing, that intuition, and letting ourselves take action faster, right? Failing forward, or being willing to fail faster. That is how you will manifest this thing, right? So get to know that voice inside that tends to want to stop you or tell you you're not ready, or say, oh, I want to wait till this happens, or once I make this amount of money, right? Like, who is that? Get to know that voice so that you can start separating yourself from it. And it's like, even give it a name, right? Oh, that's just Susie. Oh, that's just Martha, whatever, right? Like, I have a client that does that. She creates like little characters for the different parts of her. She's like, oh, she's just back, So get to know that part and maybe even try to understand that part, just so that you can be in communication. You're not fighting against the part of you that's scared, but you're like nurturing the part that's scared, but saying, hey, you got to go in the back seat. You can come. I love you. You can come. I understand you, but you're not driving anymore, right? So day 3, what are you going to stop waiting on? That's what I want to hear. Okay. So for those of you who have enjoyed this challenge and want to continue the magic, maybe it's like, I want to receive some support around this goal. I am ready to go, right? Because another thing is, this will absolutely accelerate the process and help you calibrate to your manifestation faster, is receiving support and being in community with others doing it. It is a game changer. I would love to even hear in the chat if you've noticed that, if you have allowed yourself to receive support or get in community, and if that has been helpful for you. Just share what your experience is like with that. And it doesn't have to be with me. If I'm your person, amazing. I would love to have you, obviously. You're here with me, so I imagine you're my person. But if it's someone else, that's fine too. But I really encourage you to receive support around this area of your life, because when it comes to money, it is something that is just very challenging to see our own blocks ourselves, right? So I say that because, it's like they are blocks for a reason. We can't see them. Even myself, I'm like, I am so much better at coaching other people than I am myself. That's why I need my own coach around this. And I've hired coaching to help me with my money stuff, because I can't see it, right? It's like in my brain, I think it's all just real and factual. So highly recommend getting some support around this. You are worth it. If you want your business to grow, it will absolutely help that. So if you feel like I might be your person, I want to tell you a couple of different ways that you can stay in this frequency and receive support from me and the community that I have created. So I have 3 different things right now, which normally I only have 1, right? So we have 3. That's why I wanted to spend a little bit of time going through the different options for working together. So number 1, you can join the money manifestation movement. Now, this is my signature money coaching program. It is transformational. It is life-changing. You get access to this program for a full year because I really wanted everyone who comes in here to have a complete full body transformation within a year, to work through many different layers of money stuff within the year. And we do monthly topics. I do coaching 3 times a week with me as the coach. It's not even other coaches that I bring in. At this point, it's me in there coaching my clients. You can come, you can ask questions, you can receive support. It's amazing. And right now I'm offering a launch special. So you can get $2,500 off that program if you get it now. The program's normally $7,500 for the entire year, but this week, well, until the 14th, it's going to be $5,000. So I decided to bring back my launch special, make it $5,000 just for a limited time, just so that you guys can stop waiting and just get in there and do the darn thing. You have no idea how many people have come in and said, oh my gosh, I watched so many of your challenges, Jamie, and I only wish that I had just joined earlier. Like, I thought about it a lot and it changed their lives, right? So amazing. Yeah, Carmela, she says, this program has been life-changing. Love the monthly topics and the coaching is amazing. Zana says, I'm happy I did join MMM. Amazing. Awesome. Yeah, it's the best. We have the best community ever. And it is so transformational. And I'm super excited about this month's topic. I know you guys got the email today. It's a good one. Okay, the second way you can work with me, which this one only opens twice a year, and there's a limited number of spots for this one. This is called the Soulful Six-Figure Mastermind, and it is my high-touch, elite, intimate mastermind where you really get the most access with me. So we have smaller groups, we have smaller cohorts, and it's kind of like if you want to really go all in on your business, if you're feeling like this is the time I am ready for growth, I want to do it by working on my energy, I want to get coached on my mindset, I want to be in an intimate community, I'm just ready to go. The mastermind's the place you want to be. And what's really fun about the mastermind is this: if you join, you also get access to the money manifestation movement throughout the duration of the mastermind. Because the money manifestation movement is foundational and really, they really support each other. So everyone in the mastermind gets the movement as well, which is, $7,500 normally. And then the abundance retreat is open, which is so awesome. So we have a retreat in person coming up in September. I'm going to tell you all about it. But it is in San Diego, California. The theme is abundance for this one, which means we're going to be basically continuing on this topic, but going, just imagine 100 times deeper, right? We're going to be doing some really good clearing work. I'm going to get into it, but right now there's an early bird discount if you register now, and that is $500 off the retreat if you register now. I haven't even really announced this, so super excited about that. Now, if you do apply for the mastermind and get in, you get all of this, right? So you actually get the abundance retreat as a bonus, and you also get the money manifestation movement as a bonus. So super packed with value. Okay. So let's talk about, because the mastermind and the retreat are not open all the time, it's a one-time thing, I wanted to go through a little bit more of what it is, just for those of you who are interested. Danielle is also putting it in the chat, the links for these. There's the abundance retreat link and the mastermind link, so that you can check it out and you can save that and go and read all the details about them and register there or apply there. Leslie says, I love MMM. I love having you, Leslie. Yeah. Carla says, best 6 months. Love all my people in the mastermind. Love it. Nikki says, I love being in Jamie's mastermind. I just signed up for my second round and booked my flights and room for the retreat. I can't wait, Nikki. So good. I can't wait. Yeah, a lot of people rejoin. So that's why in the mastermind, we don't always have a lot of spots open. So that's why I wanted to let you challengers know first, right? So, okay, let's talk about the abundance retreat first, because you can just buy this if you want. And if you decide to apply for the mastermind, you get this as a bonus, totally free as a part of it, so that you can meet all your masterminders. We come together. So the abundance retreat is an opportunity to come together as a group to up-level your consciousness around money and abundance. So think this times 100. In 2 days, I've had people tell me it is literally like 6 months of coaching in 2 days. So some of the things that we're going to be doing at the abundance retreat this year is we're going to reset your financial set point and practice vibrating at a new frequency. If you're like, what in the world are you talking about? Believe me, I'm going to give you very tangible ways to do this, but it's basically like, how can I expand into more abundance, right? And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. We're going to be doing some work on the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So we're going to be doing money healing and clearing work through coaching and other modalities. So we do hot seat coaching, and then I give you guys some different exercises that are super, super powerful. We're also going to be doing financial vision casting, which I've never done before. I've never taught this, but it's something I absolutely love. So we're going to be doing that together as a group. And then we have some fun activities that just bring the whole group together and help deepen the whole thing. So, yeah, right, Nikki? I can't wait. I know we've got all new stuff going on. It's the best. It's basically, yeah, if you're in the movement already, it's like that energy, but just like packed into, it's like we go into a vortex. If you ask anyone at the retreat, you'll see there, it was an amazing experience. So yeah, I already did one in January, and here's some of the pictures from it. So here's what it looks like. Like I said, it's in San Diego. And it is amazing. So here are the dates for it. It is September 20th and 22nd, and it's at Paradise Point. The coaching, the retreat, activities, and lunch are included. What's not included is airfare, accommodations, and then the meals other than lunch. So, yeah. And I had some of my clients' experiences. I'll just share a little bit because I want to make sure to get through everything. But basically, like says, just felt up-leveled as to what's possible, decided on raising my prices, raised my goal. I probably had 5 people at the retreat that raised their prices at least and started selling at their new price. Like literally one said that she literally got off the plane and sold a spot into her new price, which was fun, right? Because we were working on creating more abundance. Yeah, totally. So another, Kim says, I loved all the work we did around releasing. That had a huge impact on me. I left the retreat ready to stop hiding, ready to stop playing small and minimizing the power of the work that I do. I gained so much confidence and faith in what I'm working towards in business. And I feel ready to fully step into the version of me who is visible, powerful, and ready to crush it in business and help so many more people. Right? Another client says, I feel my relationship with money and business has shifted in a massive way. I feel an abundance with my money now instead of fear of running out. My trust in my ability to create money went from a 2 to an 8. And I feel a huge source of creativity has flooded into my business since the retreat, but also the ability to stop and rest and not worry about my business when I'm off work. In life, I am noticing so much abundance and beautiful things that I have manifested that I didn't even notice. So yeah. Oh, Lisa, good point. Speaking of stop waiting, 100%. I love it. So if this is like feeling called for you, don't wait. It's also not a massive retreat. So, and I let my masterminders come. So, you know, if it fills up, it's going to fill up. So that's another reason not to wait. Another reason to stop waiting is because you get $500 off right now. So it is the early bird discount that I'm really only announcing to you all. I haven't really been marketing this, and I'll probably not even market the retreat till this is gone. So other than to you guys. So you get, $500 off if you join now. And again, if you are doing the mastermind, this is included. So you get this for absolutely free. So if you're interested in the abundance retreat, you can either take a picture of this little QR code and it'll lead you right to the page that's all about it, where you can register, or just go to jamieberman.com. You'll see on the top, you can go to the abundance retreat. Okay, next I want to talk about the mastermind, right? Which plus retreat, because you get the retreat included. But let's talk about the mastermind, because I know there's a lot of you who are interested in it, and applications opened today. So what is the mastermind? The mastermind is basically an elite high-touch business mastermind where you can get the mindset you need to fully manifest either a 100K business, or if you're working to scale your business up to $1 million business. We have two different cohorts, all right? So one of them we're focusing on the first 100K, and then we're focusing on $1 million in the other, or up to $1 million. Many are doing multiple six figures, or doing, around 200K, 500K, that, but anywhere where you're scaling up to $1 million, we have another cohort for that. And you just get the opportunity to really get intimate mentorship by me, and supported inside an intimate community of coaches and entrepreneurs who are creating impact, ease, and abundance together. Now, what is unique about this mastermind is the energy of it. You've probably got a little taste of it on these 3 days, on these calls, right? Because that is what we work on, is let's shift the energy, and then the business shifts. So what people find is they usually enter the mastermind container and feel like a completely different person 6 months from then, like huge shifts in self-concept, in confidence, around abundance, in their relationship with money, feeling way more ease, way more grounded. In fact, I was coaching someone yesterday who's on this call right now, and she said, I'm freaking out because I'm so calm and I'm not used to it. So that's what happens. It's a big shift in how you approach your business, which when you shift on the inside, it makes a massive difference on the outside. And you actually get to enjoy and soak in the abundance that you're creating. You're not in a rush to do it. Okay? 100%. Yes. Magical, right, Carla? Okay. I want to give you guys the word of the day, because I didn't do that yet, and I had to remind myself. So I put it on a slide. Okay. Third word of the day is everywhere. And you're going to put all 3 words of the day together. So save this, but it's a secret word, so don't share it. And you'll be able to win one of the prizes of the challenge. So make sure to save that. Okay, everywhere, word of the day. Okay, so wanted to dive in a little bit further just to tell you who this is for. So that you can see if this is something that resonates for you. So the mastermind is for either coaches or entrepreneurs who just feel really ready to grow their business, but in a new way that feels grounded and feels aligned. But if you just feel that calling, like, this is the year, I am ready to go. I am ready to skyrocket. I am ready to stop effing around. Let's go. If you're like in that energy, this is the place to be. This is, you'll fit in very well. It's for you if you're willing to invest in a high-level container that helps you accelerate your growth, but you are not available for the hard hustle, striving energy anymore. It's also for you if you're not, I don't have it on this little slide, but it's not going to be the place for you if you're looking for like a massive like strategy mastermind of like 1, 2, 3, this is how you do it. Again, like I said, this is really about shifting the energy. And then from there coming to like, what actually feels aligned? What do I want to do? Right. So it's for you if that's the kind of mastermind you want to be in, where we're like manifesting and doing this work together. And it's also for you if you know there's a better way and you're ready to master that, right? Other than the hustle, other than the striving, other than the like trying to get the perfect strategy, and you want to create 6 or 7 figures in your business with ease, alignment, and abundance. And it's for you if you've loved this challenge and just want more of it, right? Take this challenge on like massive steroids. So there's, of course, many success stories. Everyone who comes in has success in many different ways. It doesn't all look the same, but I'll tell you what some of the themes are. A lot of people manifest a lot more clients, are able to bring in more clients, manifest a lot more money, manifest just feeling super different, really creating the foundation for their business that feels really solid, right? Not wobbly, where your confidence is there, where you're loving what you're doing, you're loving how you do it, right? And just bringing more people into your world, attracting more people in. These are the kind of things that happen within the mastermind. And then, so what do we actually focus on in there? So here's the thing, the mastermind is not, I want to let you all know so that you have an idea of what to expect, right? It is not a place where I'm going to go and give you a bunch of modules to watch. If you want to learn the money manifestation movement, we have a lot of different learning modules around money and the energetics of money, which you get for being in the mastermind. And all my masterminders go through that. But within the mastermind, what we're doing throughout this 6-month period is we have a call 3 times a month, and we're going in there and we're just doing deep dive coaching that is all around like manifestation mastery, where you're going to master your manifestation process. It's around embodying future self, healing unconscious patterns around money, around visibility, around the part of you that thinks you have to work really, really hard to deserve it. Where we spend an entire month breaking through upper limits. So looking at like where you stop yourself, where you hold back, and we break through those. And then it's really about expanding your capacity for love, joy, and abundance, right? And just letting yourself actually soak in the goodness of life that is already there, right? You will enjoy your life so much more. One of the super fun things that we do within the mastermind is every single person picks a sacred business project. And this is a project that you're gonna stay focused on for the 6 months together, right? So many different projects. Like I know someone was just talking about for the next round, she wants her project to be to fall in love with selling, right? To do selling in a way that feels aligned and to stop like feeling icky about it and feeling like it's wrong. So we're going to reset how she holds selling, how she thinks about selling, and do it in a way that's aligned so that it feels really natural and fun. And, so she's able to call in the clients that she wants, because sometimes something like that can be your money block. So that's just one example of a project. But other students or clients have had things like, I want to become an energetic match to 10K months. And others have done, I want to write a book, right? Or I want to get my podcast out. Just many different things. It's kind of like, what is it that's going to help you grow? I had another client that said she wanted to make more money, but cutting her work hours down, right? So she cut her work hours down to 20 a week and ended up doubling her income. So that was her project, which is so great. So it can be anything, just kind of like, what's my next growth edge? And then again, like I said, we have 2 different cohorts. So we have the growth cohort and the scale cohort. Each of them, right, we're working on the same things. But the reason we have 2 different cohorts is just because for the growth cohort, it's for those of you who are working towards your first 100K. So the coaching is geared towards that. The problems that we're solving are geared towards that. And that's what we're all focusing on together. And within that, you do, to qualify for the mastermind, you do have to have made at least 15K in your business in a year, only because I think it's really important that you come in having a kind of a foundation and having served some clients, having, some confidence in your skills, knowing like, hey, okay, I know what I'm doing. I've signed some clients. I have some experience. Now let's skyrocket. All right. So that's the growth cohort. Then we have the scale cohort. And that is for those of you who have made at least 100K in your business and are ready to scale to either multiple 6 figures up to $1 million. And we just focus on scaling in there, which is so fun. Okay, I want to talk about some of the things that are included in the mastermind. So you get coaching. There's 20 group coaching calls over the 6-month period. So it's at least 3 calls a month. The first 3 Thursdays of every month, we have a group coaching call for 75 minutes. You get one one-on-one with me. If you pay in full, you get 2 one-on-ones, just as a little bonus. And then you get unlimited access to written coaching. Because we have a community. So that's where the written coaching happens. So we have, within the 2 cohorts, you each have your own intimate community, and there's this private Slack channel. And that's where you can come get coaching from me every day, Monday through Friday, I am in there coaching everyone. So you can get unlimited coaching, and then you get the in-person retreat as part of your community too. And you will absolutely meet your business besties. Every single group has always been the best group ever. And people become like the best of friends. They're like soul friends. You also, like I said, you get the money manifestation movement included in the mastermind, which is a $7,500 program and you get it throughout the duration. So you get it for 6 months. Okay. You also get the retreats. So we have a 2-hour virtual kickoff retreat, and that's on May 30th. You get the abundance retreat for free, but on top of that, you also get a VIP day, which follows the retreat. So you will stay an extra day. So you'll come September 20th through 22nd, right? So it's you'll get it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be. So you'll get an extra day. And here's some of the pictures of the retreat, just to see the vibe. And then, like I said, it's 6 months. So it goes from May 30th through November 21st. Carla, I know you're raising your hand, so I'll call you up for sure, and you can ask your question. And then call times. So each of the cohorts has a different call time. So the growth cohort, if you're working towards your first 100K, is on Thursdays at 1 p.m. PST. And then the scaling cohort is Thursdays at 11 a.m. PST. Okay, perfect. Didn't mean to. Okay, wanted to just share. I asked some of my students, hey, would you recommend the mastermind? Like, what would you say to someone on the fence? So I wanted to just share that with you, and then I'll share kind of like the investment and everything. So Kelsey says it's a really fertile container, meaning something new will be birthed from you. I know that's weird to say, but it's exactly what it feels like. It feels like a really fertile, nourished bed of soil that is perfect to plant in. And Jolene says, do it yesterday. Your business can only grow as far as your limitations. The best thing you can do for yourself and your business is start working to overcome those limitations that you have in your mind. Your dream life is possible, and the only thing between where you are now and where you want to be is your thoughts and feelings, and Jamie is the perfect coach to help you create an aligned business that feels authentic, genuine, and easy. And Julie says, working with Jamie will transform not only your business, but your entire life. This is a magical container, and having her support, love, and coaching is simply the best investment you can make, and the returns are infinite. So the investment for this is $15,000. Let me move this down so you guys can see. For the 6 month, it's $15,000 or 6 monthly payments of $2,550. All right. And if you want more info, all you have to do, just like the retreat, click either take a picture of this little QR code or go to jamieberman.com/mastermind. And you guys, applications are open. So you do have to apply. Applications are open today. We are going to be taking applications until it's full. We did allow people to renew. So we already have people inside and we have some spots left. So if this is something you feel called to do, make sure to apply today. jamieberman.com/mastermind. Okay. So Lisa's asking, and if you have absolutely any questions, please put them into the chat. Okay. So Lisa says, so the movement is 12 months for $5,000 and the mastermind is 6 months. And I am sorry, I didn't catch the price for that. Also, the movement, is there one-on-one with Jamie or is that only for the mastermind? Okay, Lisa, great question. So yes, the movement is 12 months for $5,000 and the mastermind is 6 months for $15,000. They're very different containers. You get the movement if you join the mastermind, right? But the difference is the movement is a bigger container. It's more of an amazing, incredible community where we have monthly topics. It's all about transforming your relationship with money. The mastermind is more like Do you want more of an intimate container where you have more one-on-one direct support from me every single week, right? So it's a much smaller group. And that's the difference, right? It's just a more high-touch container, but both are absolutely transformational and will change your life. It's just more about, hey, do I want to go work on my relationship with money? Then you're going to want to join the movement. With the mastermind, it's like, do I want to work on my relationship with money and be in this, intimate community where I'm getting like, coaching every single week from Jamie and coaching from the movement. So that's kind of the difference. And also the movement isn't normally 5,000. That is just for right now. I decided to do a launch special. So it's $2,500 off. Normally it's $7,500 and the price is going to go up on the 14th. So if you feel called to do that program, now is definitely the time to sign up for it. And no, there's no one-on-ones in the money manifestation movement, but in the mastermind, you get one-on-one call with me throughout the duration. And then if you do a pay in full, you get 2. So let me know if that answers your question or if that's clear. If not, I'm happy to. Okay, perfect. I love it. So good. Any other questions or questions about what we did this week? It has been a full 3 days, hasn't it? So full that my voice is like, woo! Because we still have the VIP call after this. I'm excited. Good. Okay, perfect. So, my loves, this has been absolutely amazing. We're going to send out the in an email, and we'll put it in the Facebook group too. We'll put out a form where you can submit all 3 words of the day. But first, you have to make sure to go into day 3 into the Facebook group and do your homework assignment. And then after you do that, you can go ahead and submit. We'll probably send that form out tomorrow. And that's where you can submit and be a part of the prize draw. And we're going to give prizes away very soon. So I'll let you guys know when the prize draw happens and who wins. I am super excited. And really, I mean, all of you are winning because you're here and you got, you soaked this in, right? So it's so good. Thank you. Thank you. I love you all. Remember, don't wait. Go do it. Go do the darn thing. All right? Bye, y'all. Hey, thanks for listening. I hope this episode is something that you'll be able to add to your manifestation toolbox to come back to when you need a little extra motivation. If you like what you've heard today and want to take it deeper, you've got to come check out my signature coaching program, the Money Manifestation Movement. It's the place where you'll not only learn manifestation, but you'll begin to live it alongside me and an amazing community of like-minded entrepreneurs doing this work together. Head on over to jamieberman.com to learn more.